Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our 53rd annual Mom's Day Academic Achievement Celebration. I am Sabrina Donegan, and I serve as the Assistant Director for the TRIO Upper Bound program housed within the Office of Minority Student Affairs, and I will be serving as your host today. So I want to start our program off today by reading our land acknowledgements. We would like to begin today by recognizing and acknowledging that we are on the land of the Peoria, Kaskaskia, Piankashaw, Waya, Miami, Muscatine, Odawe, Sauk, Muskoskia, Kickapoo, Potawatomi, Ojibwe, and Chickasaw nations. These lands were the traditional territory of these native people prior to their forced removal. These lands continue to carry the stories of these nations and their struggles for survival and identity. As a land grant institution, the University of Illinois has a particular responsibility to acknowledge the people of these lands, as well as the histories of disposition that have allowed for the growth of this institution for the past 150 years. We are also obligated to reflect and actively address these histories and the role that this university has played in shaping them. This acknowledgement and the centering of Native people is a start as we move forward for the next 150 years. Again, thank you for being with us today. And please join me in welcoming the Director of the Office of Minority Student Affairs, Dominic Cobb.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you can hear me now. As Sabrina said, my name is Dominic Cobb, and I direct the Office of Minority Student Affairs. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to our 53rd annual Mom's Day celebration. We are here to celebrate the scholastic achievement of so many wonderful students, and I am delighted to welcome you to the University of Illinois to do so. And as I am welcoming you, I would be remiss for not giving an extra special welcome to our moms, because this is officially our Mom's Day weekend. So this morning's event is all about celebrating our students and their academic excellence. This year's honorees are among the university's best and brightest. They've overcome so much to be recognized here today, including a pandemic, natural disasters, social unrest, and some of the most rancorous and contested presidential elections that we've seen in many years. But despite it all, they've overcome. We are among overcomers who have answered the call and performed exceptionally despite all of those challenges that I mentioned. Each of the people that you will see here honored has earned at least a 3.67 grade point average, and many of them higher. That's right, at least an A- average, despite all that was going on. These are wonderfully talented students, and they have earned our respect and our accolades here today. Let me also note here that these students are not only scholastically talented, but they embody the excellence that we strive for at the University of Illinois. And it's also important to note here that they are among a class of students who have done phenomenally well. When we ran our data to see who would be qualified for this honor, I'm very proud to say we came up with 3,975 students who were eligible to be honored at this particular ceremony, who had earned that 3.67 grade point average. And among them, there were 2,760 more students who had earned a 4.0 GPA either last fall or last spring. So please know that students at Illinois are not only surviving, they are absolutely thriving. And that is why we are assembled here today, to celebrate the wonderful, wonderful scholars and all of those accomplishments, and to dispel the myth that first generation, low-income students, students from historically underrepresented populations are not doing well. They are doing exceptionally well, and we absolutely thank them for their excellence and for the wonderful example that they're setting here at Illinois. So without further ado, I am going to get out of the way and turn it over to my colleague, Vice Chancellor Brown, who is going to come with a welcome and remarks for our talented scholars this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominic. And on behalf of the staff in the Division of Student Affairs, I would like to wish you congratulations, all of you, all your students, on your academic achievement. You know, as the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, I am honored to be here to celebrate your accomplishments during your years at Illinois. As Dominic mentioned, for 53 years, the Office of Minority Student Affairs has sponsored the Mom's Day Scholastic Award Ceremony. And it has truly become one of our university's greatest events as we recognize our students for your academic excellence and success. And I am so glad we haven't let the pandemic stop this amazing tradition, because events such as this one provide us a chance to pause during this crazy academic year that we've had and celebrate the accomplishments of students who play an essential role in creating the rich and vibrant campus culture here at the University of Illinois. And in the time that I have been here, I have come to understand the depth of the creativity, the passion, and dedication of our students to not just identify and critique the problems in our communities and society, because we have many of them, but to really seek out new ways to address them and even solve them. And when there is an issue, a roadblock, or a last minute question, our students have always stepped up and answered, challenged, accepted. And I know that you all have had many nights and trials and tribulations, but as Dominic has already eloquently stated, you have definitely overcome them. You have balanced your leadership responsibilities with your academic studies, sometimes multiple jobs. You are innovative, ethical, driven, and always ready to learn. You are the engine and the heart of our university in everything that we do. You provide us with your ceaseless energy and your driving purpose. And so, again, today's event is so important moment for us to recognize all of your accomplishments and all that you have given to our campus. And I am continuously inspired and awed by everything that you do. And I'm grateful too that we have so many parents and family and friends and staff and faculty and mentors here with us. You all have helped our students become the exemplary leaders that they are. And these students are here today in part because of your encouragement, your support, your role modeling, and your guidance. So thank you for everything that you do for them and for the University of Illinois. And our student honorees, I want to make sure that you are thanking everyone who has helped you get to where you are today. And of course, I need to thank Director Cobb and the OMSA staff for coordinating such an important event. Again, congratulations once again to all of our student honorees. Well done, and I wish you continued success in your future endeavors. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Director Cobb and Dr. Brown Young, for your words of encouragement to our students today, as well as congratulating them on a job well done. In order to kick off our program today, I'm going to introduce you to Kaylin Soto. She is a senior within the College of Media, and she will be talking to us today about her experience with the OMSA program. Caitlin.
Good afternoon, all, and thank you for joining us here today. My name is Caitlin Soto. I'm a senior in Media and Cinema Studies on a pre-med track. As I look back at my time at this university, I can't help but think of how unpredictable every year seemed to be. I like to think of myself as a planner, and even I cannot foresee how challenging college could be. Here on campus, I'm an Evans Scholar. This scholarship is a full-ride scholarship with housing to golf caddies, meaning that my academics had to be of the utmost importance throughout college. Additionally, I'm a part of the Illini Medical Screening Society, which is an RSO that provides free healthcare screenings to the underserved populations in Champaign and Urbana. I also served on the College of Media's Diversity Committee and helped formulate my college's diversity and inclusion plan with the help and lessons given to me from OMSA themselves. Balancing all of this on top of my academics was not easy. Each experience also brought challenges I never saw coming. However, the OMSA mentoring program has always been a reassuring constant throughout my time here. My mentor, Dr. Escobar, always believed in me, even when I didn't, especially when I took organic chemistry. Every meeting, Dr. Escobar pushed me to be the best I can be. The OMSA mentorship program acted as the support system every first-generation college student needs, and I'm very thankful that I never had to navigate college alone. With the help of OMSA and Dr. Escobar, I'm on track to graduate with an internship with Northwestern Medical waiting for me this summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. I'm so glad that you were able to push through organic chemistry and now you are preparing for your internship at Northwestern. And so now we will have Sierra Johnson. She is a senior within the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and she will be coming to speak with us on today. Sierra.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sierra Johnson, and I am a senior at the University of Illinois. I will be receiving my Bachelor's of Science in Integrated Biology with a double minor in Chemistry and Journalism and Certificate in Technology Commercialization this May. I'd like to take this opportunity to share my OMSA journey with you and the significance of the support that they provided for me over the past 4 years. When I think about why I appreciate OMSA so much, I become overwhelmed with the passion to express why OMSA has been so influential in my college experience. I arrived at the University of Illinois as an 18-year-old novice, eager to learn and formulate friendships, yet anxious to belong. I gleamed with curiosity around what experiences and knowledge I'd acquire over the next 4 years. It was really the first time that I had disentangled myself from my home as I coerced myself into this new and unfamiliar educational world. From that moment on, I really sought to discover a place that I could call home on this campus as I traversed the pivotal experience of becoming a university student, and OMSA has been that home for me. Personally, the significance that OMSA has provided for me is the concept of security, achievement, and acceptance that I feel on my campus. As a young Black woman in STEM, OMSA has been exceedingly essential to my college experience because of the embodiment of support, diversity, and success that it offers. Throughout my university experience, OMSA has been a constant reminder that I belong and possess a space on this campus. I have always taken comfort in knowing that I have a resource that I can depend on. From mentorship to academic support, OMSA has provided with me the tools that I need to achieve my greatest potential. As a part of OMSA, I have been a member of a community that collectively cares about the empowerment of each student through the encouragement of sharing knowledge and achievement. I constantly have been reminded that I'm capable of achieving my academic and career endeavors while tackling the adversity of life because of the welcoming, uplifting, and inspirational environment that OMSA has provided me, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. College has been a very difficult and demanding segment of my life. However, with OMSA by my side, I have confidently strode my way to the college finish line. Following graduation this May, I will be moving to DC, Washington, DC, to begin my career as a federal software consultant at IBM. I will move into the next chapter of my life with feelings of accomplishment and appreciation, as I know that I've had a supportive community in which I can share an authentic relationship with both my peers and mentors at OMSA. I'd like to take a moment to personally thank all the OMSA staff, mentors, and family that I've had the pleasure of getting to know over the past 4 years. Thank you for believing in me and my peers, giving us a safe space on campus, and providing an unwavering amount of resources to ensure our success. And of course, it's Mom Weekend, so I just want to take a moment to thank all the moms and mom figures in all of our lives. We really appreciate everything that you've done for us. And a special thanks to my mother and grandmother for the countless sacrifices that you've made for me so that I can receive an education from the University of Illinois. Thank you for granting me the privilege to experience the precious gift of education to its fullest potential. Thank you.
Thank you, Sierra. It was a delight to hear about your experience. We are super excited about your move to Washington, D.C. and your employment with IBM. We know that you're going to go and do great things. So now at this time, we are going to prepare for our honorees. OMSA is a place that is super gratified with seeing our students reach their potential. And so now we ask that you turn your attention to the screens as we display the name of this year's academic honorees. The names will be listed by college and they are in your program for further reference. I hope wherever you are viewing us from today, I hope that you are applauding and screaming and congratulating these students on their hard work. We all have had a real rough time this past year, and the fact that they still persevered is something to be celebrated. So students, congratulations. We celebrate you on today. We're so happy that throughout everything you were able to persevere and see through that you were able to commit to your academic achievements. So to close out our program today, as far as student speakers, we have another senior from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences who's going to come and speak to you today. Welcome, Nevers Mushimata.
Thank you all attendees. Good morning. Thank you for having me. From the moment I stepped foot at the University of Illinois, I felt it was destiny that brought me to one of the most inclusive campuses in the state. When I started out during my freshman year, there was one person in particular that I would consistently have extensive conversations about in relation to my future semester plans, post-graduation goals, as well as how I would organize my schedule to meet these goals. And that person was Victoria Zita, an advisor for TRIO SSS. Mrs. Zita has been both the pivotal and inspirational figure because she sought to keep me informed of the many campus resources available to students, such as OMSA tutoring, but others that would help facilitate a dynamic undergraduate experience for me. Another reference from her to me was to meet with Dr. Bates and inquire about the McNair Scholars Program, in which Dr. Bates serves as the assistant director of. The program sought to connect persons of minority background with a faculty mentor that had aligning research interest. The program also placed emphasis on graduate school enrollment, while it gave us students the exposure and resources to present our research through the variety of travel conferences planned within the program. To put it in simpler words, it felt like an academic, graduate-oriented community of people who looked like me. While I have full confidence in myself as a student, I seriously doubt how comparable of a resume I would have without meeting Dr. Bates and applying to the program. It was ultimately through the TRIO McNair Scholars Program that I met my current faculty mentor, Dr. Katie Heath. Dr. Heath and I have been primarily looking at host partner interactions in soybeans, as well as the effects of certain abiotic stresses. As I've recently put it in words, there's something about the undergraduate research experience that makes the biology course content feel three-dimensional. I champion these connections as the reason for the extra dimension to I as a scholar. This experience served to apply lab and course-based techniques while also challenging me to play the role of asking questions and finding answers through data analyses and prior publications with respect to the topic of interest. I've also had the wonderful opportunity of collaborating with fellow lab graduate students on research they're currently conducting. I would like to acknowledge Mrs. Zita, Dr. Bates, and Dr. Heath for letting this student open up his wings and flourish. I'm also proud to announce that I'll be enrolling in the Molecular and Cell Biology Master's Program to pursue my master's degree. I would also like to thank the Illinois Promise Scholars Program, my parents for their continued support. Special thanks to my mother, Dr. Escobar, TRIO Upward Bound Program, as well as the OMSA Tutoring Assistant Director, Grace Casillas, in addition to OMSA Tutoring Program. There are many other OMSA related and non-OMSA related persons that I would mention, but I don't have enough time to recognize. But as you can tell, OMSA has been like a second family to me. If I could give some advice to our incoming freshmen, I would tell them to not be afraid to get out of their comfort zone in order to inquire about research experience, internships, academic related extracurricular certificates early during their undergraduate career. I'm grateful for the many friendships I've made here, and most importantly, I'm grateful to be an Illini. Thank you.
Thank you, Nevers. We are so delighted that you were able to give back to OMSA the time and effort that has also been given to you, to other students. And so we appreciate you for that. We wish you all success in your graduate career. We know you're going to go and do great things. The time has come for us to close out our program, and I am honored again to have been your host on this morning. I hope that you have enjoyed our time together. Remember to continue to push our scholars to be the best that they can absolutely be. And so I'm going to turn it back over to Director Cobb to give closing remarks. You all have a great and safe, joyous spring day.
Thank you, Sabrina. And thanks to all of you for joining us this morning. I've enjoyed our program thoroughly, and I am pleased with this opportunity to just bring gratitude and appreciation for all who were involved in creating this experience today. I'd especially like to thank Caitlin and Sierra and Nevers. They are wonderful examples of the kind of fantastic students we have here at the University of Illinois. They've all done so well, and they are all poised to do so much more. So we are grateful to them for sharing their experience with us. I also want to thank all of the guests, all of our speakers and colleagues. I know we have staff on from across the campus, so I'd like to thank our campus partners for being with us today. I'd like to thank the Vice Chancellor for spending time and bringing greetings from the campus level. I'd like to thank our OMSA Planning Committee. These staff members were dedicated and they were absolutely fantastic to work with and have put together such a wonderful program. I want to thank all of our colleagues in the Office of Minority Student Affairs. The truth is, nobody puts this kind of program together or serves 13,000 students alone. We are a team, we band together, we support each other, and I'm so grateful to all of the staff who contribute so very much to the student experience here at the University in Illinois. Last but not least, I want to thank you and all of the wonderful scholars. If you're like me and you'd like to support the scholars even beyond the spoken word, you may certainly join us at omsa.illinois.edu/give, and you will find several student scholarships. As we've just stated earlier, college is challenging, and we love to do what we can to support students, not only academically, but economically as they make their way here through the university. So with all of that said, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your support, and we are so grateful for this opportunity to serve our students. So without further ado, thank you and enjoy the rest of your Mom's Day morning. Goodbye.